Our next segment is a guest who is a television personality. She is a fitness model. She is an adventurer. Please welcome to the studio, Stella Vidal. Hello, Stella.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Okay, thanks for having me. Hello, everyone.
Okay, so Stella, tell me a little bit about your show.
Wow. Well, the name says a little bit about it, right? Living La Vida. It's a lifestyle, travel-inspired show that travels all over the world. And what we do is we cover 3 separate segments. We do adventure, fitness, and cuisine. My co-host is, his moniker is the Food Genius. And we tend to collaborate with great chefs all over the world. And basically what I do is I kind of get in the way when it comes to the kitchen.
So the Food Genius takes the lead in the cuisine segments.
Oh yeah, he does.
And who's in charge during the fitness segments?
Do I have to say the truth? I usually come on top, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
give
Don't
me an
tell
idea.
Stuart though. Shh.
Don't worry, nobody watches the show. Give me an idea of one of your favorite fitness segments. Tell me what kind of things go on.
Well, we just came back from Myrtle Beach, and we filmed a jiu-jitsu segment. I do MMA, mixed martial arts, mostly kickboxing. I've never done, I'm sorry, did somebody call my name? Sorry.
No, we're cool.
We did a jiu-jitsu segment, and I trained with a girl for the first time, rolling around the ground and just getting a little bit of self-defense in there, and that was one of my favorite ones.
Do you have a personal fitness regimen to keep in shape for the show?
You know, a lot of people ask me that, and basically I look at fitness as a lifestyle.
Okay.
I don't necessarily just go work out. I tend to encompass fitness through, you know, my eating habits. I try to do as many active things as I can, and then on top of that, I work out every single day for 6 days. I try to take Sunday off.
All right.
But I do about an hour of fitness, everyday cardio, and then I do weights every other day.
So fitness could be jiu-jitsu, it can be sort of CrossFit, cross-training and stuff. What are your adventure segments like?
You know, adventure is pretty much anything that gets your heart pumping. I've jumped out of a plane. I have driven a NASCAR car. Is that correct?
On the racetrack.
Yeah, right.
All right.
You know, I've fought bulls in Colombia. Actually got on the bull ring.
Did you have to spear one in the?
No. We didn't hurt the bulls. The bulls were happy after we're done.
So it wasn't really fighting the bull.
It was. I mean, if you think about you standing in front of a 500-pound bull, you know, it's either you run or you fight it, right? You try to avoid it. Yeah, so I did, although he kind of charged at me.
All right, and so let's give Stuart a little shout out here. You do a cuisine segment every show. Who are some of the restaurants or chefs that you've visited?
Very well. We have collaborated, and let's talk about Miami and South Florida. Steve Martorano from Cafe Martorano's. We did a segment with him. We also cooked with the chef in Tantra. Very nice. Sexy place, very awesome segment. And you know, what we try to do is we try to collaborate with chefs and restaurants that are unique, that they bring a little bit of a different element, not just food or, you know, we want to make sure that the chef has a personality, that he can carry himself in front of the camera, and that the restaurant kind of goes with the vibe of our show, which is hip, entertainment, you know, just fun stuff.
And so apart from your 3 regular segments, the fitness, cuisine, and adventure, every now and then you are able to squeeze in a 4th segment. Tell me what you call it.
Yeah, we call it a Make a Difference segment. And it's a very close to my heart. I have a master's in psychology. I used to work with children as a social worker for a few years. And
I hate to interrupt you. Every now and then we're lucky enough to be visited by the DOT train. So we'll just give them a chance to pass by. So give me a little more about the Making a Difference segment.
Yes, what we do is we try to cover charities and or people that are making a difference in their community. For example, we did a segment on the Charlie program. It's a foster care and adoption agency here in Miami. I interviewed a gentleman who adopted a beautiful 2-year-old little boy and basically changed his life completely. And we also interviewed Alonzo Mourning and his charities. And just I have a fond place in my heart for children. So anytime I can give a little back, I do.
Very nice. Now, content obviously drives television production, but our audience here, we're all professionals. We're all sort of, you know, creating films. We're all creating television. I'd like to ask you a little bit about how you produce your show.
Okay.
Give me an idea about the size of a crew on a typical shoot.
You know, because of economics, we have really tightened it down to where we're very efficient and cost effective.
Okay.
So what we do is we have myself and Stuart, who are the hosts. We also direct and produce the show,
and edit
and we write.
And
you know, I do a little editing. You know, I do a little currying, and.
So how many cameras do you shoot with?
We do 2 cameras, high definition, very great quality. Our cameramen we bring with us because they know the show. They know the style of shows, a very high energy, dynamic. We have an amazing director of photography, Jonathan Hill, who is like a we call him crazy man, you know, crazy man with a camera. And
big shout out to Jonathan Hill, DP of Live in La Vida.
Yep, absolutely. And then we just have 2 camera people, Stuart and myself, and when possible, we have a light person as well, a director of photography on top of Jonathan.
And so the camera guys are doing the audio?
Yes, they are.
All right, all right.
Yeah, they're very well equipped, and you know, our main director, our director of editing, who is from Roar Post, he makes sure that he sends the right people so that we can, you know, do everything the right way.
Great. Tell me about your production schedule. You've got 2 13-episode seasons already, right?
Yes.
And so how long is a show?
Our shows are 30 minutes.
30-minute show. And how long does it take to make a 30-minute show?
Whew. Well, let's see. We shoot one whole show in one day, the 3 segments.
Wow.
Then once that's shot, it goes into post-production with me. I file the footage. I've been able to learn Final Cut so that instead of just logging the show, I pretty much paste. I put everything on the timeline, get all the material ready for the editor, and then I write the screenplay or the script. Okay. And then we give it to them, and it takes about a week to compile everything and to get it delivered to the network.
And when you deliver to the network, are you delivering a week at a time? Are you giving them 6 episodes? Okay, a week at a time.
A week at a time, yes.
Fantastic. And so where can I see your show?
Oh, wow. I'm so glad you asked. We're on every Sunday morning at 10:30 on MyTV 33. And one of the things that I say to people is the same channel that Big Bang Theory is, because I'm a totally Big Bang Theory junkie. So it's a CBS affiliate here in Miami.
So which Big Bang Theory are you? Are you more of a Sheldon? Are you more of a...
I think I'm like a little bit of Sheldon, a little bit of Penny, a little bit of everything, you know, just kind of combined in there.
So talk to me about getting your show from TV show to TV show on TV. Who did you speak to at My33? What were the mechanics? What transacted there?
That's a great question. Well, when Stuart and I decided to create the show, we had an idea and we executed it. We had a pilot, and then with a lot of work and kind of groundwork, we were able to secure a sponsor, and then we filmed our first season. Then we paid for air because we weren't really, like, we didn't have the patience to wait for a network to look at us, so we decided, hey, you know, let's get on the air.
You brought an offer to My33 and said, hey, we'd like to have this time slot.
Yes.
And how much will it be?
How much was, exactly.
And so you were able to then sell ads during that airtime?
Right, correct.
Okay, all right.
So, you know, the only drawback to that we saw was that right before the show started, it said paid programming, you know, so it kind of takes a little bit away from your credibility.
Have they changed the program ID finally to Live in La Vida?
Well, yeah, so originally we started paying for the program, and then MyTV 33 decided that we were good enough to be a part of their programming without having to pay the sales department. So then we started being ran as of last year as part of Sunday programming. So we're no longer paid programming. We've moved up.
And do you have an agreement where you're going to finish off season 2 and reevaluate, or do they already want season 3?
Yeah, they're ready to go. As a matter of fact, I just spoke to the director of programming last week, and they're good. They're happy. You know,
that's excellent.
We bring a lot to the table. I think nowadays, I'm sure that a lot of people can relate. There's a lot of programming out there that just makes you feel horrible when you're done watching. It's just, you just want to punch something or somebody, right?
That's when we watch your show.
Yeah, and then what we try to bring is just, you know, a show that everybody can watch. your grandma, your grandpa, your child, everybody can sit down, have a great time, get ideas on what to do over the weekend, or maybe you're thinking of, you know, taking a vacation over the summer. You know where to go if you watch our show.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So Stella, being a television host and executive producer, I imagine is very grueling all the time.
Oh yeah.
But every now and then you get an opportunity to sort of get into other lines of work.
Yes.
Tell me about what's going on.
I love to model. This is kind of how I started in the entertainment industry. So I've done a lot of fitness modeling. I've been in magazines, mixed martial arts magazines. I also did a lot of Latin television, done some acting and stuff, and that's kind of how it all started.
And you've got a movie coming out now.
Yes, this summer there's a movie which I can't really discuss the name, but I will be a vampire and I'll be doing a fight scene with another vampire girl. So it's going to be pretty hard.
Training hard for the fight scene?
Training twice a day.
Are they giving you the...
Yeah, I hope I have nice little fangs.
All right.
Looking forward to it.
Stella, you, in light of the adventure segment, you've jumped out of planes, you've driven NASCAR cars. What are you afraid of?
There's not a lot that I'm afraid of, and as a matter of fact, I've thought to myself in private, is there something wrong with you? Because there's not a lot that I'm afraid of, but I think a lot of things are, you know, you can work through most things. I think the only thing that I would be afraid of is somebody that's insincere, you know, and that can originally do some damage.
Okay.
But other than that, you know, I think everything's tackable. Is that a word, tackable? You can tackle it.
Certainly. Tackleable.
Tackleable.
Well, we really appreciate you coming on our show. You can check out Live in La Vida Sunday mornings on My 33.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stella Vidal. We're going to close with a clip of yours from the show.
Oh, definitely.
So,
let's watch it.
Verge, let's see it.
Take a high-energy ride with us as we dive into life head first while we take you on extreme, heart-pounding adventures.
This is a scared face right now. I am scared. So how do you feel about the fact that I got up on the board actually a little better than you did?
Oh, I know how to fly a kite as a little girl in Colombia. Look at me, look at me.
That's how I feel.
You are such a sore loser.
Then, you ever had grilled corn on the cob?
Yeah, sure.
Do you have any skills? You spice it tomato horizontally. Do you have any skills?
Yeah, but not in the kitchen.
I'm Jack Skilly. I'm Dmitry Kulikov from the Florida Panthers. And you're watching Live in La Vida with Stella and that little guy. What's his name again?
Stella Vidal, thank you so much for coming to our show. Members of our studio audience are all sort of going to go home with a fantastic Stella Vidal poster. Additionally, we will be offering Stella Vidal posters to internet viewers. All you got to do is send your email in to us, give us your name and your address, and while we have posters left, we will mail some out to you for being viewers of the Dot Video Show.